the guns have been kept aside, but the truth still remains as if psychologically the war is still on. And if anybody, to be vanquished means to be ostracized, to be, we don't, I beg, outcast. So that word vanquished, it's more or less like a theatrical statement just to boost the press. But our psychology towards the Igbos still remains that we must believe that the Igbos have been vanquished. Because when I read comments of people, you could see the depth of which they are convinced that in this country, Nigeria, an Igbo man should not be the president. Yet, when the same people you deprive deliberately of not becoming president say, okay, since you don't want us to rule, allow us to go. You say, no, they must not go, they must stay. Stay, but don't think about being president. Now, for you, minorities, I don't mean that in the literal sense. For you minorities, based on your population that are roped into this narrative, be careful, because from my own thought, I'm thinking that, well, if the Igbos with their population can be treated this way, that means as a minority, again, I don't mean it in a literary sense of its demeaning. That means we shouldn't even think about it. Goodluck Jonathan that became president was a mere stroke of chance, and you saw how he was treated, how he was mocked as if he has passed on and was placed in a mock coffin and all of that, with all the propaganda and all the lies that was told to him, with all the protests and all of that. We are not seeing that. So I ask a question. Have we truly settled the discord that led to the civil war? Are we now one? Is there really a no victor and a no vanquished? Or was that a mere theatrical statement? Because I know very well, you might deny it all you want, but the truth still remains that the 2023 election, Peter Obi won it. But those who believe that they have the power took it. But let me warn you, you won't do that thing you did in 2023 and do in 2020, so I believe the country will be in peace. So the country will not be in peace. I am telling you the truth. If you do that thing that you did by grabbing snatch and then you bribe a few judges to say that it is correct, then people go and react. You say, no, after all, the Supreme Court have said it is a fair election. It won't work. Oh. Let me just say it now. I know power intoxicates. In this intoxication, you will not hear this advice. The people, because what you are preparing for 2027 is the people versus the politicians. And I tell you that the politicians cannot defeat the people. Not even the most authoritative leader can defeat the people once they are resolved. The truth here again is this. This country has gone to a state where people are now becoming disillusioned for a solution. But I believe the problem of this country is purely leadership. The moment we have a leader that is detribalized, that doesn't have a religious agenda, that has empathy for the people, that is not driven by avariciousness for the national cake, look, you'll be amazed that in just a week, you start seeing changes. Now, I understand that you can be boiled to a point where you say, forget about Nigeria. Like many people have been admonishing me that forget about Nigeria can't work. The truth is that the people that are destroying this country are very few. Forget about those that are sharing hate. Look, let me say this, and I say this with a bold face. If you are hating Peter Obi, trust me, you're not hating Peter Obi because of him. You're hating Peter Obi because of the already existing bias that has been sown in you against the Igbos. Otherwise, how on earth will you place a corrupt Tinubu as a better personality than Peter Obi? Or how on earth would you create an Atiku who was just a mere custom officer to have garnered billions of dollars against somebody who has a modest business? You can actually trace his wealth to... Oh my goodness. To speak about Nigerian politics is the most arduous task that anybody can engage in. The truth still remains that whether you like it or not, whether you absolutely like it or not, there is a grand conspiracy for a group of people to sell the narrative that the Igbos must be politically ostracized. And tell me, and I tell you, if that ostracization, if there's a word like that, persists, because I know if the Fulanis are ostracized, they will not take it lightly. I remember the coup of Gideon Oka, when he tried to ostracize the far north, who are currently who are mostly sometimes the problem of this country. You saw what happened. I know that if the Yorubas are ostracized, this country will not be in peace. But you want us to dish to these people what you will not swallow, to give them the pills you will not swallow. If you believe that this country is one, if you truly believe that the unity of this country is sacrosanct, if you truly believe that Nigeria is an indivisible entity, then you must begin to shape your mind that anybody can become the president of this Republic of Nigeria. Like this movie, Ratatouille, anyone can cook. But if you make it that presidency must always come from the southwest, northwest, southwest, northwest, it must be a baton continuously exchanged by these two regions, then you are actually looking for trouble. You don't intend that peace should reign in this country. Presidency must come from this northwest, northeast, and north central, southeast. This leadership of this country is not a birthright. It's not an ownership of any region. If the war has ended truly, where there is no victor, no vanquished, then it must be proven from your psychology. It must be explained. It must be seen from your narrative. If an Igbo man is not qualified to be president, let it be because of his antecedents and his attributes. But if you say that because somebody is from a certain area and because of that area, we should ignore whatever positive qualities is bringing into the table of governance, then you are not ready for the country to embrace peace. My name is Magnus Oraka. Please follow this page and share this post now. My name is Magnus Oraka.